Good, happy Sunday morning, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, Winchester man dies after being stung by yellow jacket. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Will keep you smiling with our beautiful new showroom.
Prizes with every test drive.
And don't forget the great deals.
Like this new Kia Forte for just $199 a month now through Sunday at Wagner Kia. I'm heart of gold.
Always had good intentions.
Those are just some of the words you'll hear when you ask people to describe Brian Baker Jr.
He would do anything for anyone.
Last Saturday, the 34-year-old was doing some electrical work outside on his deck when he was stung twice by a yellow jacket. He is allergic, so Brian's wife Mandy jumped into action, administering an EpiPen as she dialed 911.
I had him cooling with wet towels, and I believe he started to stop breathing before the ambulance was even there.
Rescue personnel really went everything to keep Brian with us and give him a chance. They performed CPR on him for 40 to 45 minutes just to give him that chance.
Brian would eventually end up in the ICU at Catholic Medical Center in Manchester. He died on Wednesday from injuries related to his reaction.
Strong guy, and it's just sad that two bee stings.
Brian recently found out of his current allergy just 2 years ago, and experts say that can often be the case.
If they have any kind of reaction distant from the sting site, such as hives or the same kind of symptoms I previously described, the throat tightness, problems breathing, those kind of symptoms, they should see an allergist and have testing done.
That was Tim Callery reporting. Now, Brian was an organ donor. His family says it brings some peace knowing that his death may change someone's life for the better. A gathering of life will be held next Saturday at 1 at the Winchester VFW.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And our thoughts and prayers are with his family and friends. Train derails in Worcester after striking overpass. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
They say it's complicated, but if you only see problems, you're missing what healthcare is really all about. It's about people and how we care for one another. And we owe it to you to find a better way.
This is a jumbled pile of train cars. You can see some on their sides. And if you take a look under that bridge, you can actually see two red containers. Those parts got chopped off, and the damage here is extensive.
All of a sudden, I hear a big, explosion, the whole house shake.
I thought it was an earthquake. I thought we were having an actual earthquake. In Worcester, you don't feel that sort of thing ever.
Not an earthquake in Worcester, but an early morning jolt out of their beds. A freight train crashed into the bottom of the Cambridge Street Bridge and derailed at 7:45 a.m., slicing the top of these double-stacked red boxes right off, stopped cars flung to the side, severing steel railroad tracks.
That rail slid off. They took a tremendous amount of force.
The conductor has minor injuries, but no one else was hurt.
In the beginning, I was scared, some chemical, something. I got my family in here.
I was hoping that it didn't catch on fire. That could be a possibility that there could be oil.
As it turns out, no fuel spilled, nothing caught on fire. For 12 years, Kelvin Vargas's backyard has been a front row seat onto the tracks. He says the trains typically travel about 10 to 15 miles per hour.
When the train passed by, the house shake a little bit, but just a little bit. I'm used to already. But this one, it was something else.
CSX workers inspected the wreckage. and state highway inspectors found no structural issues on the bridge. This hasn't happened here in years, but it has happened here before.
It happened about 15 years ago. They broke the water main with a double stack.
All right, we're talking about that double stack. Take a look. Those are the two red container boxes on their sides that were cut off. Sources tell us this could likely take a couple of days before they get all this mess out of here. And if they have to bring in cranes, they might have to actually close down part of this road here. This is a major truck route through this part of the city.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Maine Duck Tour Company reviewing and emphasizing safety protocols after tragedy on Missouri Lake. A Maine Duck Boat Tour Company is reviewing and emphasizing its safety protocols after an unaffiliated company's duck boat sank on a lake in Missouri, killing 17 people. Maine Duck Tours, based in Portland, said in a post on its Facebook page that it's actively reviewing all policies when it comes to safety and weather protocols, while expressing condolence for the lives lost in Missouri on Thursday. A duck boat tour called Ride the Ducks operated the boat that met strong winds and high waves on a lake in Branson, Missouri. The boat eventually capsized and sank. Only 14 survived. 2 were critically injured, and 9 of the 17 who were killed were members of the same family. Maine Duck Tours says that as recently as last week it canceled 6 scheduled tours due to fog and inclement weather expected in the area. The company also says that it utilizes a different type of boat than that used in Missouri. All customers were given full refunds if a tour is canceled for weather. The company emphasized that it will err on the side of caution when it comes to weather conditions. FBI believed Trump campaign aide Carter Page was recruited by Russians. Let's take a listen to the video from ABC News.
Verizon lets you mix and match your family unlimited plan, so everybody gets the plan they want without paying for things they don't. Jet-setting moms can video chat from Europe. Movie-obsessed teens can stream obscure cinema. It's like everyone gets their own flavor of unlimited. It's a metaphor.
Simile, not a metaphor.
Well played.
One family, different unlimited plans, starting at $40 per line. Buy one of our best phones and get one free when you switch, all on the network you deserve.
We need to get the best and the finest, and if we don't, we'll be in trouble for a long period of time.
The National Security Advisor is the first to go, less than a month on the job.
Flynn made it clear he was leaving because he had misled Vice President Pence and other senior officials about his conversations with the Russian ambassador.
The director of the FBI, James Comey, fired. Learning of it on television, he thought it was a prank.
He wasn't doing a good job, very simply. He was not doing a good job.
Outgoing Press Secretary Sean Spicer told Sean Hannity
Trump didn't want him to quit.
My decision was to recommend to the president that I give Anthony and Sarah a clean slate to start from.
The scapegoat this week, outgoing Chief of Staff Reince Priebus.
Although it's always a little mixed when things like this happen, I generally feel pretty good.
Reince Priebus, a good man.
The controversial communications director, known as the Mooch, quickly made waves, attacking several senior White House officials in a tirade to the New Yorker. In a statement, the White House saying Scaramucci felt it was best to give Kelly a clean slate and the ability to build his own team.
After his abrupt ouster as the president's chief strategist, Steve Bannon wasted no time getting back to being a populist firebrand. Now I'm free. I've got my hands back on my weapons.
Hope Hicks, the president's longest-serving aide, with the president even before his campaign. She is now stepping down. Tonight, the White House says the timing of this resignation is coincidental.
We've just learned that President Trump has put out a tweet announcing that he has a new Secretary of State. Mike Pompeo, the CIA director, is in. Rex Tillerson, the current Secretary of State, is out.
H.R. McMaster, there have been reports about him getting fired for months. Now he is out. The White House said it was a mutual decision.
EPA Chief Scott Pruitt has resigned amid growing ethics scandals and calls for him to step down. All told, Pruitt was facing at least 12 separate investigations by multiple government agencies and was repeatedly accused of using his position for personal benefit.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Also, new documents show that 1 month before the 2016 election, the FBI sought permission to surveil Carter Page, the one-time foreign policy advisor to the campaign of Donald Trump, because they alleged he had been recruited by the Russian government. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.